Remember, there's going to be a lot of side events that are going to be taking place, especially around TICAD 6. And of course, the inconvenience has been matters to do with traffic. Now, areas around the Kenyatta International Conference Center, of course, have been a no-go zone, what the government has termed as the red zone, which is basically the government square around those areas. But we have our very own Gladys Gashanja, who's on the ground. Gladys, if I could just tell where you're standing, that must be very near Serena Hotel.
Thank you, Laban. You are right. TICAD conference has quote-unquote officially been kicked off. Well, we can say that now that the German premier is in the country, so it's all systems go for the 6th TICAD conference, which is being held in Kenya. Now remember, this is the first time it's being held outside of Japan, so Kenya is sort of being used as a guinea pig, and because of that, all systems are working to make sure that everything works as issued. Now, if you can see behind me, we have police officers making sure that traffic is controlled, pedestrians are not also inconvenienced, but you can also notice that there's a lot of traffic everywhere you look. Remember, major roads, actually 15 roads have been closed off to make sure that the TICAD conference goes on without a hitch, and most of these roads have been closed off so that they can ease the flow of delegates to this conference. 10,000 delegates have come to this city to participate in the TICAD conference. So that means a lot of the roads will be closed, and some of those roads, just to remind you so that you plan ahead of time, this coming weekend, remember the TICAD conference will be held on Saturday and Sunday. Now, some of those roads are Parliament Road between Kaunda Street and Haile Selassie Junction, Harambee Avenue from Uhuru Highway to the junction of Harambee Avenue and Taifa Road. Another road that is closed off is Taifa Road between Harambee Avenue and City Hall. Now, from City Hall between Uhuru Highway and Moi Avenue will also be closed off. Standard Street between Wabera and Kimathi Street also closed off to the public. Mamangina Street between Wabera and Simba Street is another road that you need to stay away from. And then Wabera Street between City Hall Way and Standard Street, another road that will be closed off, or should we say already closed off. Now, police have declared the areas between Harambee Avenue, Parliament Road, City Hall Way, and of course Taifa Road as a red zone. Now, what that means is that these roads will be used to ferry the delegates from where they're staying to the conference center, of course, where they'll be meeting for the conference. So make sure you are not stuck anywhere around that red zone. Police are very adamant that these roads will only be used for the delegates on Saturday and Sunday. Now, as I said earlier, because of these roads being closed off, it has affected the feeder roads into the city center. The county marshals are trying as much as they can, working with the police. 3,000 police have been sent into the CBD to make sure that everything goes as planned. They're working together as a team to make sure that everything does not come to a standstill, which is something that looks like a threat, Aziz, because being a Friday and people having a lot to do in the city center, as it has come to affect a lot of activity. And speaking of which, one thing that also the county government is not letting to chance is the fact that the city needs to look top-notch. And by that I mean there's a lot of works going on just to make sure that our city looks beautiful as we host the 6th TICAD conference. Remember, Kenya is the first country in Africa to host the TICAD conference. So, of course, we have an example to set, and let's just say that bar has been set pretty high. So the county officials are hard at work to make sure that that happens. But as you can see, there's a bit of flow of traffic as we near that time where the conference will be starting. And just to mention that we just saw the president drive off. We are not very sure if he was driving into the conference or rather to the convention center, but definitely we'll keep you informed on the same. So, Laban, what I can advise Kenyans, if you have no business in town on Saturday and Sunday, stay away from town because it is jam-packed. 15 roads have been closed, 3,000 police officers to make sure everything is smooth flowing, 95 hotels booked to house the 10,000 delegates that are in the city for the TICAD conference. And remember, 35 heads of state and government will be in Nairobi for the TICAD conference. Over back to you, Laban Cliff Ontario in studio.